All right, we're back for the second league of the day, and we've hit Mississippi River, which I call Creative Cascade, but apparently everyone else calls Mississippi River. So what is this deck? So the deck centers around Creative Technique. 5 mana sorcery, demonstrate when you cast the spell, you may copy it if you do choose an opponent to also copy it. Shuffle your library, then reveal cards from the top until you reveal a non-land card. Exile that card and put the rest on the bottom in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying for it. So the idea is the only card in the deck that costs 5 or less is Creative Technique, and then every other card in the deck has Cascade. So if you cast a Creative Technique, you'll hit one of these Cascade cards, which will then cascade into another Creative Technique, which will then hit another Cascade card, which will then hit another Creative Technique, etc., etc., etc. So you have... Now, the way the Creative Technique works specifically is that you can copy it, but if you copy it, you give your opponent a copy. Their copy resolves first as well, and this can be an issue if their copy hits a counter spell, for example. If they copy and hit Teferi Time Raveler, then your whole deck just instantly dies. So you do have to be careful with copying it. But sometimes you need to copy it just because you need enough stuff going on. Anyway, the Cascade cards are Boarding Party, 6/3 with haste. Aurora Phoenix, 5/3 with flying, and whenever you cast a spell with Cascade, return it from your graveyard to your hand. That part really isn't that relevant. Sakashima's Protege, which is a clone, and it has flash. So you can technically flash this at the end of your opponent's turn or something to like hit Creative Technique and then start going off during their turn. And you have Sweet Gum Recluse, which also has flash, is a 0/3 with reach, and when it enters, you put 3 counters on any number of creatures that entered this turn. So either itself or any of the other things. Then you've got Maelstrom Wanderer, which cascades twice, and it gives all your creatures haste. So usually the end state you want to have is you Creative Technique, you put a bunch of creatures with Cascade on the board, and a Maelstrom Wanderer, and then you just haste attack with everything. This can fail, though, if your opponent has sufficient board of their own to block with, especially if you copy Creative Technique and they hit like Atraxa or something on their side of the board. Also, they can just like Swords to Plowshares your Maelstrom Wanderer, and then you can't attack with anything except for Boarding Party. So you do have to be aware of that as well. There's Apex Devastator, which cascades 4 times, and then 2 Emrakuls. These are here in case you happen to technique into them, because usually an Emrakul that you cast will also just win the game. Also, this deck can sometimes get into a spot where you do the whole Creative Technique chain, put a bunch of stuff into play, and then your opponent is able to stop you somehow, at which point all of your Creative Techniques are in the graveyard, and then you can't go off anymore. Emrakul does potentially enable you to bin the Emrakul and then shuffle everything back to do it again. So, obviously, we've got very expensive cards that we're either trying to hit Creative Technique or one of these 6 mana Cascaders as fast as possible. How are we going to do that? Well, all of our lands, or almost all of our lands, produce 2 mana. So we've got Ancient Tomb, City of Traders, Crystal Vein, Dwarven Ruins, enters tapped, sack to produce double red. And then you've got Surprise and Scary, same thing, but it produces blue. You've got all these depletion lands, Hickory Woodlot, Sandstone Needle, Surprise and Scary. Enters with 2 counters, remove a counter, add double. When you run out of counters, get rid of them. Sulfur Vent and Tinder Farm, which produce 1 color, or sack to produce 2 other colors. And of course, enter tapped. One thing with the deck is that the lands are pretty slow. You usually want to play 2 of your tap lands on turns 1 and 2, and then use one of the untapped ones like Ancient Tomb, City of Traders, or Crystal Vein on turn 3, so you can just go off immediately. Sometimes the mana base in the deck has been toyed with a lot. Some versions play Gemstone Caverns. It really depends. Gemstone Caverns is only useful for when you try to go off with Creative Technique earlier, but pretty much every other time you're trying to go off on turn 3. And then 3 copies of Otawara. Sometimes this is Boseiju, other times it's Otawara. This is here because your opponent can just have spells that completely shut down your deck, like 3 Fairy, or sideboard cards like Aethersworn Canonist, any other Rule of Law effects, Lavinia, like all of that stuff will shut off the deck as well, so you do need answers to that. Then in the sideboard, so we've got Fury. This is also sometimes Pyrokinesis. Either one is fine. This is for, you know, heavy creature decks like Elves or whatever. Or just if your opponent is playing stacks-based creatures like Lavinia that you need to answer. You've got Karakas for when that's relevant. You can also Karakas back Maelstrom Wanderer if that matters at all, but usually doesn't. This is for the opponents like Merit Lages. Beseiju for heavy counterspell decks, and then the Tybalt's Trickery Throes of Chaos sideboard plan. So what is this plan? Well, if you have Throes of Chaos in your deck, which cascades, then the only card that's cheaper than Throes of Chaos in the deck is Tybalt's Trickery. So you will Throes into a Trickery. The Trickery will counter the Throes, and then you will Tybalt's Trickery into something else. Now, if you hit a second Trickery, that unfortunately does fizzle. But if you hit anything else but Trickery, that's one of these cards, then you can go off. This is for basically when you know you're going to be playing against like a combo deck or something that's faster than you are, and you therefore just need to go off earlier. But anyway, yeah, that is the Mississippi River deck, so let's go ahead and jump into the league with it. Oh yeah, now this is Brain Dead Watch Stat Get Vroom Vroom deck. This deck is basically, it's very fun, like the novelty factor, but it wears off fast. It's not entirely brain dead, as you do have to figure out what lands to play in what sequence, whether to demonstrate or not demonstrate. But yeah, it's otherwise pretty brain dead. I've also never played this deck outside of paper, so I'm not sure to what degree putting 10 million things on the stack is going to be hell or not on Moto. I guess we'll see. All right, so we're on the play. We've got Creative Technique and we got Boarding Party, and we got red mana. I think we're good. So let's keep. Oh yeah, also this deck gets absolutely obliterated by Wasteland, or if your opponent has Loam Wasteland, you just lose. All right, Sandstone Needle, go. Probably don't fare too well versus Blood Moon. Blood Moon's not too bad. You can eventually just get to 5 or 6 lands naturally. Urza Saga, Bauble. All right, so this is probably 8 cast. All right. Ancient Tomb, and pass. Is it better to Creative Technique first or Boarding Party first? Lotus Petal, so Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, Thoughtcast, Mox Opal. All right, I have to initially give them something as well. All right, let's do Boarding Party. So City of Traders, Boarding Party, Cascade Trigger, cast Creative Technique, and let's demonstrate. Use the demonstrate, yes. What do they hit? Chalice of the Void. Okay, that doesn't matter. Sure, and now we Creative Technique into another Creative Technique, cast this, use the ability. What do they hit? Lotus Petal. All right. Cast the Lotus Petal, Chalice counters it. Resolve Creative Technique, Maelstrom Wanderer, Cascade, Creative Technique, use the demonstrate. All right, they revealed Force of Will, so they can force something now. Force of Will targeting one of the Creative Techniques, okay. Resolve this one. Apex Devastator is a pretty good hit. Boom, Cascade. Sakashima's Protege, cast, Cascade. Are we out of Creative Techniques at this point? All right, so I can't copy any permanent that entered the battlefield. I do not want to copy a land or Chalice, so I will not copy. Then Sweet Gum Recluse. So we're out of Creative Techniques, so at this point the Cascades all fizzle, or at least the 6 mana Cascades fizzle. Yeah, put it on itself, I guess. All right, they've conceded. Oh, they've just conceded the match straight up. All right then. On to the round 2. Look, guys. At least as good as Burn already, right? At least. All right, we're on the play again. Well, no turn 3 Cascade card or Creative Technique, so that's a mull. So we will mull this. All right, we've got a turn 3 Cascade, so keep and put back Aurora Phoenix, I guess. All right, so let's play Sandstone Needle. Go. Chrome Mox. Imprints Fable the Mirror Breaker. All right, is this Mono Red Prison? I guess not. Oh, it's Boros Initiative, right? Wow. Oh my god, our deck just dies immediately. I guess I can Otawara that at some point, maybe. I can also ambush it with Sweet Gum. So let's play Hickory Woodlot and pass. City of Traders into Chalice of the Void on 2. All right, well, they clearly have no idea what we're playing then. All right, I'm just going to ambush that. So let's play Ancient Tomb, tapped because of this thing, and then pass. So the plan is use Sweet Gum to ambush this and then try to go off. All right, Tinder Farm, tapped, go. Fable the Mirror Breaker. All right, Sweet Gum. Bamf. Cascade. We can't Cascade, so no. ETB, put the counters here. All right, they lose the game. So sideboarding, we're playing against red and white, I don't know, Initiative, Taxes. Presumably Fury's good. And that's probably it, just Fury. What do I cut? Not Otawara, obviously. I can probably trim some amount of lands. Let's cut 1 Emrakul and 2 of these lands here. Actually, if I'm going to cut any of them, it's going to be Tinder Farm because I need blue for Otawara. And what else? Can I cut another land or another spell? Let's cut another land. All right, submit. Well, let's see. We do have creative technique. We don't have anything else, but that's fine. I mean, all right, keep Caracas. All right, let's play Dwarven Ruins. Back over to them. Cavern of Souls. Naming Human. Lotus Petal. Are they going to play Sanctum Prelate? Seasoned Dungeoneer exiling Simian Spirit Guide. So it's Boros Initiative. All right, Hickory Woodlot. And go. This is the first time I've actually seen initiative on Moto, so let's see. So then it's 5 life next turn, then draw. Okay. Magus of the Moon. This thing's a 6/7, so we're just going to die before we can even do anything. So I lose 5 from this next turn, going to 9, and then this is almost lethal, and then I still have 2 more turns to get there. Yeah, so we're dead. All right. Is this a matchup where I board this in? I don't think it is. Yeah, Fury should be good enough. All right, let's just run this back. I mean... yeah, keep. I guess I should play Scary first in case I draw Otawara and have to Otawara something. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Let's play Dwarven Runes first. All right, go ahead. Lotus Petal, Ancient Tomb, and Spirit Guide, and Initiative. Boom. Wow, crazy. All right, we got 1 turn to get there. Scary, go. So 7/5. They exile another Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Fable the Mirror Breaker. All right, I think we can do it. So again, the only question is it better to play Boarding Party or Creative Technique? I guess Creative Technique, right? We get more spells out of that. Man, the problem is they have Archon of Emeria in their deck, so if we ever like flip them into an Archon or like some other stacks piece, then we just lose on the spot. So let's just not demonstrate until like the last one, I guess. All right, so City of Traders, Boarding Party, cast Creative Technique, and no demonstrating. Sweet Gum Recluse, all right, cast, Cascade, Creative Technique. So we've got 1 more, right? So I don't know that what I have on the board, even after doing this, is enough to beat them. It depends. All right, let's copy it. All right, what do they hit? Seasoned Dungeoneer. All right, Seasoned Dungeoneer, trigger. We lose 5, presumably. All right, we go to 8. Then Creative Technique resolves, cast Aurora Phoenix. And we've got 1 more Creative Technique in the deck, so we're definitely demonstrating this one. And what do they get? Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Well, we hit pretty good things for them back to back. They draw a card off the initiative. Then our Creative Technique resolves. Fury is an excellent hit. Which one's better to kill? This one or this one? This one can let them attack without my ability to block them, right? So I should kill that. Then this Creative Technique resolves. Sakashima, Cascade, that's going to fizzle. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't fizzle because I have Furies to hit. So Fury. All right, we won. On to round number 3. So I think the biggest question with this deck is going to be, will our opponents ever actually not scroop and allow us to assemble a giant board, or will they just all scoop beforehand? And we're on the play again. All right. Well, that is a turn 3 Cascade or Creative Technique, so we will keep. This feels like the calibrated blast of this format. I guess so, yeah. All right, Dwarven Ruins, go. Wind-Swept Heath, fetching Tropical Island. Green Sun Zenith. All right, so 5-color Zenith deck, probably. All right, Surprise and Scary. Back to them. Verdant Catacombs, fetch. Underground Sea. Leovold. Okay, maybe not. Or is it? Maybe, I guess it could still be 5-color Zenith, right? Or it's a Lurin. Who knows? All right, let's cast Creative Technique. Creative Technique. Yield to the Demonstrate. We will demonstrate. And what do they get? Endurance. Sure. Oh, wait, no, they're... Oh, yeah, okay. Endurance. All right. Creative Technique. Cast Phoenix. Trigger. Creative Technique. Demonstrate. What do they hit? Swords to Plowshares. And, ooh, Apex Devastator. All right. Well, bamf. Cascade. And they've scooped. All right. So they are bug, or there's some kind of value Zenith deck, or maybe a Lurin. I don't know. That implies to me that Fury is good. So, yank. And then same deal. I guess I probably don't need to worry about stacks pieces as much, so I can get rid of Sulfur Vents. All right, let's go with Fury. Submit. Yeah. Fury in hand and a Cascader. We're good here. Keep. Opponent mulls the 6. Tropical Island. All right, play Dwarven Ruins and pass. Brainstorm. Island. And then back to us. All right, Hickory Woodlaw and pass. Delighted Halfling. All right. Ancient Tomb. Cast Aurora Phoenix. Cascade. Oh, we hit a Fury instead of Creative Technique. Well, that's fine. Cast Fury. Force of Will on Fury. We unfortunately do not have red mana anymore, so that could be an issue. Let's see. Should I just kill this now? I think I can wait. All right, back to them. Oh, they do have the 3 fairy in their deck. Bounce this. All right, well, now I'll kill that. Another Ancient Tomb. Let's evoke Fury. Kill both of these. So now the plan is get up to Apex Devastator, which I actually do have the mana for. Underground Sea, Uro. All right, so City of Trade. I could do Sweet Gum Recluse now, but I think it's better to Apex Devastator next turn. So let's just play City of Traders, pass. I can also flash this out at instant speed if I have to. Misty Rainforest, fetch, Tundra. So like if they cast 3 Fairy here, I'm forced to do it in response. Actually, no, I guess I'm not because I can Fury. No, if they just plus it, then I'm screwed, right? So I do have to do this in response. All right, Sweet Gum Recluse. Cascade into Creative Technique and copy. Brainstorms in response. All right, what do they hit? Bowmasters, sure. We go to 15, they make 2 orcs. Spin the first technique. Here's Emrakul. Boom, we win. All right, on to round 4. Man, are we on the play again? All right, this is fine. Keep. All right, Sandstone Needle, go. Savannah. Exploration, Thespian Stage. Okay, so green, white, depth, Shadow Spear. Hickory Woodlot, go. Green, colorless. Crop rotation, oh no. If they grab Wasteland, oh yeah, this could be a problem. What? They activated Shadow Spear? Okay. Why? Yeah, any sort of Wasteland Loam loop kills this deck, so hopefully they don't have Loam. Alright, gets rid of Sandstone Needle. Urza Saga. Alright, Tinder Farm. Pass the turn. No, another Wasteland. No! Oh, they have Life from the Loam? Alright, we're dead. Okay, so let's see. We have to go off faster than they can waste lock us. So we have to play this, which means what? I cannot cut any lands that produce red because we need to do this as fast as possible. So Otawara is basically completely worthless here. There's nothing... They are lands, right? Are they just lands or are they depths? I think they're lands because they're playing exploration. So what does land sideboard into? Deafening Silence. I guess we have to get rid of that, right? Thorn of Amethyst. So if they have any of that, we do need Otawara. So we can't cut Otawara. Let's cut these ones. I guess, no, it is good to diversify in case we get one thing sniped as opposed to the other. What lands can I cut? Probably Hickory Woodlot is like the worst one in terms of the colors that we're producing. Well, no, then it's not Woodlot. Then it's one of these ones, right? But these ones also make red. Yeah, so let's just cut Woodlot. All right, run this. Trickery, but no throws. I do have Sakashima, which I can cast technically. This hand is too slow if they waste us, though. So I should play Sandstone Needle first, just in case I need to Tybalt's Trickery something of theirs, I guess. All right, keep this. So Sandstone Needle, go. Savannah. Exploration. Savannah. Yeah, crop rotation for Wasteland, right? So unfortunate. All right, Sulfur Vent, go. Thespian Stage. Oh, and we're Loam locked. Well, we die. We die to the Loam lock. On to round number 5. So the thing is, unfortunately, all the things that we would sideboard to beat Loam locks, we can't. So like Pithing Needle, Leyline of the Void, we can't play any of that stuff because of our Cascade plan. And we're once again on the play. This hand is actually not keepable. I don't have double green for Sweet Gum, so mull this. This hand is keepable, barely. So I throw back one of the techniques. So keep, throw this away. It is a turn slow unless we draw one of our untapped lands. So Dwarven Ruins, go. Plateau for the opponent. All right, there's Crystal Vein, so we can Vein into Creative Technique next turn. So let's play Sulfur Vent and pass. Cavern of Souls. This is Boros Initiative, right? No play from them. All right, so Crystal Vein, and then if they're running Archon or any other stacks piece, I don't want to demonstrate until I need to, so I guess I just sack all my lands, right? Boarding Party, sack, sack, sack. Actually, no, hang on. I should still just cast Creative Technique. So red... Sack for double colorless, sack this one, cast Creative Technique. So do not copy it. Resolve the first one. Well, we hit another Creative Technique. All right, now we're pretty much forced to copy this one. All right, yeah, copy it. What do they get? Caves of Chaos Adventurer. What's the first room? It's search your library for a basic. Okay. Resolve Creative Technique. Sweet Gum Recluse. Cast, Cascade. We have to demonstrate all of them. Cast Creative Technique. Demonstrate. Seasoned Dungeoneer. +1 counters on the Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Resolve Creative Technique. Aurora Phoenix. Cast. Cascade. Creative Technique. Demonstrate. All right, what do they get? Swords to Plowshares, which we don't have any creatures in play yet, so that does nothing. Creative Technique spins into Maelstrom Wanderer. Excellent. Cascade. Boarding Party. Cascade. All right, and we're out of Creative Techniques, so then that resolves. Sakashima's Protege. Cast. Cascade doesn't matter. We hit nothing. I can copy the Caves of Chaos Adventure and gain the initiative. That seems pretty good. All right, the initiative, and then we don't have any basics to search for, so yeah, that's fine. Then Maelstrom Wanderer resolves. Then this creative technique resolves. Boarding Party. Cascade, hit nothing. This boarding party resolves. The Phoenix resolves. Then this creative technique resolves. Hit Aurora Phoenix. Cascade fizzles. Then Sweet Gum resolves. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. I guess just put the counters on itself, right? Although I guess this has Trample, so maybe this gets more in. I don't know. Put them here. And then the final creative technique hits Emrakul. All right. Well, pretty good final hit. Go to combat. All right, Boros Initiative. I think it's just, again, Fury just to kill their guys, and then we're good. So Fury kills their guys. What was the thing that we took out last time? It was Tinder Farm and one of the Emrakuls. Run it back. I'm still not sure if I'm supposed to board in Throws Trickery in this matchup or not. We don't have anything other than a Fury in hand, so that's a mull. Emrakul in hand is unfortunate, but we do have Boarding Party and one red source to cast it, so we'll keep this. Oh, wait, no, I can put Emrakul back. So put Emrakul back. All right. Big fan of your channel. I finally caught your stream. Thanks for producing my favorite Magic content. Well, thank you, Gorilla MTG. Hope you enjoyed the stream, too. All right, Sulfur Vent, pass. City of Traders. All right, so here comes the initiative creature. Oh, Magus of the Moon. All right, we can beat that. We just have to play 5 lands in a row. Yeah, all right, Ancient Tomb, pass to them. Cavern of Souls, can't name anything. Simian Spirit Guide, hard cast. All right, let's play City of Traders, pass turn. So we're on a 4 damage a turn clock plus anything else they play, so it's not guaranteed that we can get out of this. Take 4, go to 14. Simian Spirit Guide. Oh, if they play Caves of Chaos Adventurer, then we're too far behind, right? Yeah, there's Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Yikes. All right, so next turn we take 7, 9, 11 damage, and then we're too slow unless I draw Creative Technique. I have to draw Creative Technique pretty much in order to get out of this, because otherwise we're dead. All right, back to them. If I'm not reading the card wrong, Sweet Gum Reckless lets you put counters on basically everything, right? Yeah, you can put it on up to three things. You have to divide it. Actually, Fury also kills this, right? So I can Fury this or... Well, no, even if I draw Fury, I can't pitch this to it because I need to cast a 4th Airling. Oh, we're just dead. Huh. Well then, I still don't think I'm supposed to have throws. I don't know. Are they just like... They're just like not capable of beating us once we Cascade, right? So if I don't have Fury in the deck, I can just do the throws plan. Like, maybe I'm not supposed to have Fury and I'm just supposed to do this. If I'm doing this, that makes Emrakul better. And this worse. Oh yeah, you have to put multiple Trickeries in though. Even though you can fizzle, the problem is if you Trickery and then hit a Cascader and then your Cascader hits a throws and then you don't have another Trickery to go for, then you can't do anything. So let's do that and Sweet Gum. All right, submit. This literally does fold to literally any counterplay. Yeah, pretty much. We've got 1 Cascader, which we can actually cast. I guess I'm keeping it. Although, like, the problem is they have, between, like, Soul Lands and Spirit Guides, they can just, like, run out Magus of the Moon on turn 1 or 2, which this is too slow to beat. And then this isn't red, so we can't even cast it through that. I mean, if they have it, they have it. Like, what are we going to do? We also have a ton of dead draws, right? So we go turn 1 thing, they go turn 1. If they just turn 1 a Magus of the Moon, we were pretty much going to lose anyway. I should technically play Sandstone Needle first in case I draw throws. All right, so let's keep this. The thing is, like, we can beat their initiative creatures. We can't beat, like, Archon or whatever. All right, Sandstone Needle, go. Plateau, Chrome Mox, exiling Fable the Mirror Breaker, exile Simian Spirit Guide into Archon. That's pretty rough. All right, well, we can ambush it again, though. Oh, man, we did draw throws. All right, Hickory Woodlot, go. Snow Mountain, they attack us. We go to 18, back to us. All right. Oh, right, this stuff comes in tapped because of Archon. All right, well, pass back to them. I guess I'm potentially going to Trickery something of theirs. Yeah, counter. And then because you cast the spell, the Archon can't even cast it. They exile another Archon, Spirit Guide, Ancient Tomb. All right, we take 2 down to 16. All right, let's play another, I guess, Surprising Scary now. Yeah, and back to them. And then we will try to ambush them. Hopefully they don't have Swords to Plowshares. Swing. All right, go, Sweet Gum. Cascade. I can't Cascade, so Sweet Gum Recluse. I choose you. Trigger. Put the counters here. No, they have an answer. Red and white. Touch the Spirit Realm on their guy. No! Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna hold Trickery up now. So let's play Sulfur Vent. Is attacking actually any good here? Like, I probably am in no way going to be able to beat them in a race, especially since they can play creatures and we can't really. I guess I am actually at a sufficient number of lands now that I can maybe start actually hard casting stuff if I draw it. So Yeah, I guess it's better just to not attack. Like, there's no way I'm winning the game by attacking them with this 3/6. So let's just pass the turn back. They also run 4th Air Lingus in their deck, I suppose. That's another thing that matters. All right, here comes Dungeoneer or Caves of Chaos Adventurer. So he's in Dungeoneer, which I can't counter, and which makes their stuff unblockable, or it makes itself unblockable. All right, well, we just need to draw Odawara to kill this. Sakashima's Protege. Oh, but it can only copy something that entered, right? Any permanent that entered the battlefield this turn. So Hickory Woodlot. So this can attack me and I can't block it. And I can only copy things that they put onto the battlefield. All right, back to them. All right, 5/6 unblockable creature. That maybe gets bigger as well. It explores, right? Yeah, swing. We can't do anything to this. And their top card's Solitude. So can't block. And then we're literally dead in one turn, right? Because they just reduce us down by another 5 and then hit us again. Opponent cast 4 mana. Caves of Chaos Adventurer, which immediately initiatives us down to 3. Yikes. All right, well, when this attacks, exile the top card of your library. If you've completed, you may cast it. All right, so I pretty much have to copy that, right? So let's go. I use this, and this. Then the only lands I have are Ancient Tomb, Hickory Woodlot. That's not viable. So what does copying this do for me? It gives me like one more shot at maybe seeing something, but I don't have any spells that matter here. If I don't do that, then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 mana. If I use Ancient Tomb to play this, then I can't use it again. All right, so I'm going to die anyway, though. What's the second mode here? Oh, I can scry 2 on... When does this trigger? It's on your upkeep, right? Yeah. Okay, so blue, I have to do that. Have to do... I'm going to lose a land regardless. So I guess it's better to keep this one. All right, and Ancient Tomb. Cast Sakashima's Protege. Cascade fails. And this enters as this. We take the initiative. We have no basics to get, so the first one fizzles, but then the second one scries on upkeep. We have to go to the Lost Well. So Lost Well, scry. Neither of those help, so bottom both. Sulfur Vent. All right, we lose. Actually, no, I can maybe get one hit off of Caves, right? So go to combat. Swing. Trigger. What do we exile? Exiled Surprise and Scary. All right, we're dead. Well, 3 and 2 with the Mississippi River. So I think all of those games demonstrate what the deck is all about. And the deck does have serious problems, like it just folds to so many things. The biggest issue is that because of this cascade plan, it means that for the most part, you can't have anything in your deck that costs 5 or less. There are some exceptions, like sometimes you can board Furion, but for the most part, you can't. So there's a lot of things that you would like to be able to play to deal with your opponent's stuff, but you can't play because of this primary game plan. And there's a lot of different ways to build the deck too. Like this isn't the only, I mean, this main part is pretty much locked in, but there's been lots of experimenting with the sideboard. Some decks will play Pyrokinesis instead of Fury so that it doesn't get cascaded into. Some versions have played Maddening Hex in the sideboard as a throws target against spell decks. There's lots and lots of experimentation with the sideboard, so that is not settled. This main board is pretty much settled, with maybe like Apex Devastator not being here. Some versions play Let the Galaxy Burn instead of no Let the Galaxy Burns. Some versions will play a 1 of Basic Mountain so that you have a land that you can fetch off of Beseiju, or like a Volcanic Island or something to get around Beseiju. But I think this was a pretty good demonstration of how the deck functions.